How you at the gym and you let this 20-year-old, damn near teeny bop, little old young white bitch get you 50 mil? You offered a pink toe Peckerwood 10 million.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z.
Well, yeah, Ocho brought your name up a couple times.
Shannon really don't like me.
You know what?
I done call all the football players, man, big old dumb stupid ass. You know, so.
Let's be real. You've probably heard the noise by now. Charleston White didn't just critique Shannon Sharpe. He launched a full-scale, no-holds-barred verbal assault. It was the kind of takedown that doesn't just aim to criticize, but seeks to completely dismantle a person's public image. He spoke with the intensity of someone who had been waiting for the perfect moment to unload, and he made it abundantly clear that he wasn't the least bit worried about any potential backlash. His message was blunt: Shannon's era of untouchable celebrity is over. Charleston argued that Sharpe sold his authenticity a long time ago to the slick, image-obsessed machine of Hollywood. He believed Shannon operated under the illusion that his fame and television contracts would act as a permanent shield. But now, Charleston claimed that very system is turning on him, and he was more than happy to provide a front-row commentary on the entire collapse. He zeroed in on the now viral gym incident with brutal efficiency. How does a grown man, especially one of your stature, get himself into a situation?
So we idolize this family. Dion is the ideal father in the black community. This is, yeah. So, and here I am attacking him in his toe in his boy. So yeah, now them all sick of my I attack him, his toe in his boy. It jumped on P. Lloyd.
With a 20-year-old that ends with a $50 million lawsuit. He asked, his tone dripping with disbelief. He mocked the sheer absurdity of it, comparing Shannon's former hyper-cautious public persona, the man who famously said he wouldn't even ride an elevator alone with a woman to avoid any appearance of impropriety, with the man who allegedly got into a public confrontation. Charleston painted it as a perfect, self-inflicted humiliation, a TikTok moment that shattered Shannon's carefully constructed image of moral righteousness. This, to Charleston, was the direct consequence of a man losing touch.
How you at the gym and you let this 20-year-old, damn near teeny bop, little old young white bitch get you 50 mil? You offered a pink toe Peckerwood 10 million.
With his roots. But this wasn't just about one bad day at the gym. Charleston made it known that this tension had been simmering for years. It started, he explained, when he began publicly calling out prominent football figures, describing them as gullible and easily manipulated. He particularly took aim at the pristine, family-friendly image of Deion Sanders, whom he labeled a modern-day Bill Cosby, with his sons playing the part of a sanitized, television-perfect family like the Huxtables. We put this family on a pedestal in the community, Charleston stated, acknowledging that his attacks on this beloved figure were bound to create enemies. He admitted his own comments were provocative, but he stood by them, arguing they resonated because they contained an uncomfortable grain of truth. He believed Shannon Sharpe was part of this same culture of polished, inauthentic celebrity, a world that prioritizes a safe, marketable image over genuine connection. According to Charleston, that polished facade is now crumbling, and the real person underneath is being exposed for all to see. Then, Charleston pivoted to what he presented as the core of the issue, a fundamental lack of self-awareness. He delved into the shocking lawsuit filed against Sharpe, detailing the serious sexual assault and battery allegations from a woman identified as Jane Doe. He emphasized,
y'all know I got to get on Shannon Sharpe's ass now. Now, for one, he too mean to the bitches. I already knew he was too mean to the bitches. I keep telling y'all, I'm the favorite uncle. I'm the uncle that they ain't got no dirt on me. They trying to throw dirt on me. They've been trying to do everything. Now, he kind of been hating on me a little bit. Now look at it. Hey, listen, boy, no.
reveal of the 13-page legal document, noting ominously that this was a different woman from the one involved in his previous Instagram Live scandal. This pattern, Charleston suggested, pointed to a deeper, recurring problem in Shannon's behavior. The plot thickened when he mentioned the involvement of attorney Tony Busby, a legal figure known for taking on high-profile celebrities like Jay-Z and Diddy. Charleston framed this as Shannon naively walking into a legal ambush, a trap set in a game he simply didn't know how to play. Even in the face of these serious allegations, Charleston offered no sympathy. He criticized Shannon's attempts at damage control, leaking text messages, and claiming he was the victim of an elaborate setup as a case of too little too late. Shannon's defense was that he was being targeted by a scam orchestrated by an OnlyFans model and her lawyer, who were trying to extort $50 million from him. Charleston completely dismissed this narrative. He laughed at the idea, stating that a truly street-smart man would never have found himself in that situation.
I done offended and insulted everybody. Yeah. But you gotta understand, homie, I done said some horrible things about Dion and the boys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this an alumni.
Yeah, that's why.
I said some horrible things about Dion is the modern day Bill Cosby, and them boys is Theo Huxtable, and yeah, man.
Yeah,
he's the modern day of that.
Cause it'll be messing up his.
This is the Fresh Prince and Bel-Air family.
To begin with, when you deal with real women, he asserted, the ones who understand the dynamics of fame and the hustle, you don't have these kinds of problems. He argued that women from certain backgrounds know how to handle disputes privately, without resorting to lawsuits and public spectacle. He launched into a bizarre but memorable analogy, bringing up Jesus and his disciples. Even the Savior didn't hang out with the respectable women of the town, he said. He kept company with Mary Magdalene, a woman who knew the world and its ways. His point was crude but—
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who is targeting Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a state that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I wouldn't myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty.
Clear. Shannon should have associated with women who understood the unspoken rules of the game, rather than those who might see his fame as a target for a massive payday. Charleston circled back to the gym incident, ridiculing the claim about Shannon's anatomy and turning it into a metaphor for his entire downfall. Instead of that being a private matter, it became a public joke, he said. That's what happens when you forget you're always on display. He insisted that if Shannon had maintained connections with women from his own original social circles, a $50 million lawsuit would be unthinkable. Those women, he claimed, would handle issues directly and quietly. The core of Charleston's argument was that Shannon's environment changed, but his judgment didn't. You can take the man out of the struggle, but if you don't upgrade his mindset, his old instincts will get him into new kinds of trouble, he explained. He accused Shannon of swapping his authentic, country personality for a suit and tie persona that craved validation from the mainstream white establishment. He became, in Charleston's words,
man, you saw what Ike Turner did.